Hi everyone. So, 1 year ago today, I released a video called 100 Books to Read Before You Die. And if I remember correctly, and I do, I made a mistake. And there was 116 books to read before you die. And nobody told me because you all fell asleep. At least, maybe. Maybe, did you? I don't know. Maybe you haven't even watched the video. Well, away and scroll back through. I've mentioned these books a few times, maybe too many times. But anyway, today is the 1 year anniversary. And in that time, I have read 80 books in 1 year. That's a whole lot of books, so it is. And I've read some absolutely fantastic books. I've read one or two stinkers. And I've had my opinion changed of certain types of literature, certain authors, and I've changed my favourite book twice. For years I had the standard stock answer anytime anyone ever asked me, "What's your favourite book?" Great Expectations. Well, the first time it changed to The Count of Monte Cristo, which is a fantabulous book. That's a mixture of fantastic and fabulous. I'm allowed to make up my own words because this is my channel. And then recently, last week, it changed to A Prayer for Owen Mooney. Just a fantastic book. And no word of a lie, the day that I finished the book, I went into work with a splitting sore head, a pounding headache, because the last 4 or 5 pages made me cry harder than I've ever cried in my life. True story. Anyway, so I'm just going to go through the books. These aren't in chronological order. It was just whatever made a wee square pattern, you see. So we have The Giver, Where the Sidewalk Ends, Atonement, The Lovely Bones, The Fault in Our Stars, Macbeth, East of Eden, Midnight Children. That was a tough one to read. In Cold Blood, Ender's Game, Watership Down, another very good book. Of Mice and Men, The Old Man and the Sea, The Scarlet Letter, Madame Bovary, The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, Total Crap, Moby Dick, fantastic. Then again, I suppose they're meant to be fantastic because they're meant to be classics or books to read before you die. Cold Comfort Farm, The Raven, The Secret Life of Bees, The Odyssey, David Copperfield, another wonderful book. And Then There Was None, The Road, Rebecca, The Secret History, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I'd recommend anyone to read that. It's a very good story. Siddhartha, The Secret Garden, Slaughterhouse 5, The Phantom Tollbooth, Beloved, The Diary of Anne Frank, The Brothers Karamazov, The Story of My Life, The Time Traveler's Wife, Pride and Prejudice, 1984, The Great Gatsby, Persuasion, Fahrenheit 451, Animal Farm, Jane Eyre, Brave New World, Hamlet, Anne of Green Gables, Little Women, Anna Karenina, The Grapes of Wrath, The Kite Runner, The Art of War, Crime and Punishment, Charlotte's Web, On the Road, A Wrinkle in Time, The Count of Monte Cristo, 100 Years of Solitude, another hard book to read. The Help, The Bell Jar, The Handmaid's Tale, The Wind in the Willows, Alice in Wonderland. I just didn't like Alice. Birdsong, Romeo and Juliet, Sense and Sensibility, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time, The Wasp Factory, Cloud Atlas, a very annoying book, very good book. Would it be? I don't know, sort of opinion divided on that one, but it was more the made up language. It's hard to get my head around. Metamorphosis. I was bored one night and read it in one go. Brideshead Revisited. Turtles All the Way Down. The Quiet American. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Love in the Time of Cholera. A Prayer for Owen Meany. The Hiding Place. A Bend in the River. And the book I'm currently reading, Captain Corelli's Mandolin. I haven't got to Captain Corelli yet, or the mandolin, but I only started the book yesterday. So there you go, folks. There is 80 books in 1 year, and I have a new batch, a new shipment of books due to arrive on Monday or Tuesday. I bought 19 books. I still have about 19 books or so to read. Looking at the shelves there, but I'm not holding on to them because that's the one thing I learnt whenever my house flooded last year, is that books are bulky and hard to move. So as soon as I'm finishing them, unless I'm absolutely loving them, I'm getting rid of them. So there we go. How many of these books have you read? Thanks for watching, and nighty night, cheery bye. How's it going? Bye. I have to get up for work in 5 hours. I'm in Egypt making this time of night.